2/8 of a cup of hazelnuts. We're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 minutes to roast it. So it's been 12 minutes, so I'm going to take them out with ta-da! We want them to be slightly brown and they smell nutty. So now we're going to grind the hazelnuts in the blender to make hazelnut paste. So add a little bit of water. And now blend it. And here is the hazelnut paste that we made.
Okay, so now we're going to bring 2/3 of a cup heavy whipping cream and the hazelnut paste into a boil. Okay, so now that our heavy cream and hazelnut, hazelnut paste is boiled, we're just going to put slightly less than 2 cups of milk chocolate chips into that mixture.
So now we're going to whisk in the chocolate chips into the cream and hazelnut mixture.
Okay, so here it is all finished and the chocolate should be all melted.
We're just going to put a piece of plastic over it and put it in the fridge for maybe an hour so that it gets cool.
Okay, so for the shell of the macarons, we are going to be using 1 1/3 cups of almond flour. So we're just going to be putting that in a small bowl. Okay, so here we have the almond flour, and now we're just going to be adding 1 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. Oops. So don't pack the powdered sugar and put it into a large sieve so it is nice and floury when you add it to the flour.
So now that we put the powdered sugar in, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder.
Okay, so here we are separating the eggs from the egg whites. For each batch, we probably need about 3 to 4 eggs depending on the size of your eggs. And we're just separating the yolks from the whites.
So now we're going to add 3 1/4 tablespoons of egg whites. So now that the egg whites are in, we're going to mix it. The way that you mix it has to be very specific. You have to turn it like this. Make sure to fold it inwards, like this.
Okay, so here we're done with the mixing. As you can see, it is all in one big nice clump. Now we are going to lightly cover it with some saran wrap while we work on the egg meringue. Okay, so we just put like 3 1/2 to 4 tablespoons of the egg whites into the electric mixer, and we're going to be whipping this on the highest speed for about 2 minutes until it forms soft peaks.
So we just put 0.6 cups of sugar in here and 0.16 cups of water. So now we're going to put it on high heat and we're going to wait for it to go up to 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that it's exactly 240 degrees, and you should probably turn it off at around 220 because it always goes up afterwards. If it goes over 240 degrees, it'll caramelize, so you don't want that. Make sure it's exactly 240. So we gently slowly poured the sugar water mixture into the egg whites. So now we're going to mix it. So we just mix this for 1 to 2 minutes, and we know that it's ready because when I put my hands to it here, it's not too hot, but it is still warm. So now we're going to pour 1/3 of this into here. And we're going to mix it the same way that I showed you earlier.
Until just combined.
So now we're going to put the rest of this in here since this is combined. And now we're going to mix it the same way that we just did.
Okay, so here we have our pan. We're using a pie pan because we used all of the baking sheets for our other macaroons. So we'll have to be using pie sheets, and we're just going to be piping, again, 1-inch circles onto the sheet. Oh, and this is cooking sprayed.
So you're just gonna do that. So we're going to drop it now on the floor to get all the air bubbles out. Prepare your ears. We're going to do it several times. Okay, so now these need to sit until they're firm to the touch, about 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the room temperature. Put them in the oven for around 9 to 12 minutes until they are a little bit hard when you touch them.
Okay, so here they are done. It's been probably about like 10 to 12 minutes, and they look good. Better than the other ones came out today.
And we can tell that they are done because
the top of them is pretty firm, and it forms a little, ooh, I don't think you can see it, but there's some cracks on there that happen when you press down on it. So they look good, and we're just gonna let them cool.
Now that these are out of the oven, we're going to take the shells off of the pan, and we're going to match them so that they're the same size to ones that are the similar sizes. And we're going to put that in there, that on.
And chocolate ganache.
We're going to put the chocolate ganache on, and we're going to stick it together like a sandwich. And this is our result. We have chocolate, vanilla, and lemon. Thanks for watching.